or one of the deepest teams in the NBA. Where do you fall in that conversation?
I think it's a deep squad. When you think about who they are and what they can do, obviously bring in Brogdon. He said the right things the other day. Look, I'm not here trying to compete with Marcus Smart. I'm here to win a championship. So the right things are being said. Gallinari, a guy who wants to, be around to win a championship, who's been in the league, who's made money, came up, started out with the Knicks and has moved around to different teams. But he brings the ability to knock down shots and overpower smaller guys. He's legitimate, probably about 6'9", maybe 6'10", can shoot the ball from the outside. So what that would do, it would insulate Tatum. It would insulate Brown. So if you fell off one of those guys, you kick it out to a guy like Gallinari who can knock down shots with some consistent form in the shot. So I like what the Celtics have. I like what Brad has done. I still wish they had spent that $17 million if they are.
Well, they got the weekend, I guess. They got a couple of days.
Obviously not my money, but I would like to bring somebody in with a little toughness, somebody who has a little edge to him. And we talked before, about different guys. You think about guys who have an edge to them. Morris Sr. would be the guy. Think about
my God,
who can still knock down shots from the outside and just doesn't take a lot of shit. And you've seen him over the years. He's always been in a skirmish, and the Celtics need a little bit of edge to him.
He's not letting opponents to the huddle, right? He's not.
No. He's not doing that. So I think that the Celtics would love to. If you could get him and bring him in with a little edge, I would like that. With his ability to get out, knock down shots, but also to get up in guys' face, make it a little bit more comfortable for guys in this league. And this league is now so much like a gentleman's league. Like, okay, let me help you to your chair. Hey, your seat this way. Let me be the maitre d'. And I think be like that if you're playing winning basketball.
Let's take pictures at the all-white party, even though you knocked my ass out of the NBA Finals. It's all love. Yeah. Anyways, I digress. I'm with you, Max.
Ain't that much love in the world right now, man, when I think about that. My broadcast partner, Sean Grandy, we were, after Golden State won it in Boston.
Wait. Hold on, Max. You're saying you wouldn't be taking pictures with James Worthy? Like, what's up, man? Yeah, man, it's all good.
We had, after the game, obviously the Celtics had lost. And so we're wrapping up our season. And Sean is going on and talking. And then finally gets to the point at the end, it finishes and then said, we have some cameos that we've done, like the cameos where you get paid to say something.
Happy birthday or Merry Christmas.
Yeah, we got a couple cameos here. I said, dude, I'm not doing a cameo. Jimmy, I'd like to say hello to you. And in the background right now is Golden State there, won't wish you a happy birthday, but Golden State right now is celebrating winning on the Celtics floor. No. So I think sometimes you just got to think it up a little bit more. And that was one of the cases where I'm like, nah, I didn't have it for it after that. I'd given pretty much all I did as an analyst during that whole series. I was done.
Yeah, I don't blame you, Max. I mean, that's a first for you, right? You've never seen that before. Have you ever seen an opposing team celebrate a championship on the parquet like that?
Yeah, I have.
You have?
Yeah, I was on the team.
No, I mean as a broadcaster, though. Oh, yeah.
Oh, as a broadcaster.
That's even worse, though. You're right. That's even worse as a player.
Yeah, that's the opposing team. The Lakers came in 84. We beat them in 84. I had the huge 7th game. And then
I'm on my back.
Then 85, they came in here and they beat us in this building to win the championship. And the probably one of the worst moments for me as a Celtic in the fact that Casey Jones didn't even put me in the basketball game. And that was just very disheartening as a player. Not knowing, knowing I was hurt, but it was still just like, look, dude, you're down. Do something. Do a Hail Mary or something. Put me in the game, just see if you can get a spark. So that was kind of rough for that last game. So yeah, I've seen people celebrate, on the parquet, winning a championship.
But either way, you weren't trying to do no cameo at that time.
No,
I dig it. I get it.
I'm good, dog. I'm good with the cameo.
Well, yeah, like you said about Gallinari, though, it gives them, in my opinion, it gives Ime some flexibility with the lineup, right? You can do some tinkering, you can put him in there as a starter. If Al Horford needs a night off on the second night of a back-to-back, which has already been reported by The Athletic, a couple of weeks ago or last week rather, you're able to do that with someone like Gallinari, who's going to give you that offensive production, who's going to force opposing teams to guard him, right? I mean, that's, again, we talked about it last week. That's just a weapon the Celtics did not have. Coming off the bench. Yeah, Derrick White contributed in game 1 against the finals, but trying to find that consistency from your second unit, I think it has to be a goal going into this season. And I think these two guys certainly check off those boxes. And I like how you brought up the fact that Marcus Smart, that's the last thing Brogdon wants to do. He wants to compete. He wants to add to this team, as he said. He wants to add to the talent. He knows how close these guys were. Everyone does. I mean, that's what happens. That's the luxury you have of playing in the NBA Finals. Now other players are like, wait, I can help those guys. I know what those guys need. And then you have someone like Gallinari who left an offer on the table for the Chicago Bulls and wanted to sign with the Celtics because he thought that would be a better shot for him to win a championship. So that's huge.
And that's the good thing about it. I even, moving, just a bit away from that, it made me think when you talked about, second nights of back-to-back and letting guys rest. It's real interesting to hear what the commissioner said. He had the end of the state of the state, and talking about how players need to be incentivized a little bit more in playing more games to give more incentive. I'm like, do you need to be? I think this was all done. That load management stuff was all created really by Greg Popovich. Now said, look, I'm resting my guys when I want to rest them, and. And I understand that part of, if you were...
And what's funny, too? Not to cut you off, but real quick. Remember those B teams? They would still win sometimes. No Ginobili, no Duncan, no Parker, and the guys like Boris Diaw would step up, Patty Mills or whatever. It was still a really good team. But it shows your depth. It showed the depth that they had.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a system, and they ran it well. I just believe at the end of the day that players are going to, and it's unfortunate. I understand what they say about, guys who, if you were a fan and you saved all your money for one ticket and the Celtics were coming to town and you found out that Tatum is not going to play, and it's not because he's not hurt, but it's because the day he needed rest. And that happens in almost any business where, you have sick days. You can call in. I don't care if you're talking about, basketball or not. It's still, guys gives an opportunity to rest themselves so they can be a little bit fresher when you think about winning the championship.